are my goals and what's the most probable, controllable, and efficient way to achieve them? Hi, I'm Dean Mannix. Now, conversation one in your kickoff is a conversation you actually need to have with yourself. And if you're a sales manager, it's a conversation that you need to have with each of your salespeople and ideally in detail. You see, if your sales results are not where you want them to be or need them to be, the primary cause is likely to be internal rather than external. Confidence is critical, and we cover that up in conversation number 7. But all the confidence in the world without intrinsic motivation to perform will not enable you to break free of what I call the budget and bill paying cycle. Most salespeople lack the motivation to perform in the top 13% because their goals are controlled by others. You see, their work rate and their commitment to skill improvement are determined by what it takes to pay their bills and achieve their boss's budget. Now, there's two major problems with this. The first is that your boss did not define the budget by determining how much you needed to sell to live an amazing quality of life. You see, they didn't determine the budget by asking, well, what sales goal is going to enable Dean to earn enough to move into a better house, remove all his debt, and take all the financial stress out of his family lives? That's not what they were asking. You see, that was not the question that he or she or the person who manages you was asking when they set the budget. And for nearly every salesperson, it's very unlikely that simply hitting budget is going to deliver a truly better quality of life for you and your family if you've got one. But the second challenge with this that I have is that it's very difficult to get motivated if the only thing you're striving to do is pay the bills and keep your job. Most of us are motivated up to the point the bills are paid, but once the fear of not being able to pay that's gone, so is our motivation to do the additional prospecting and make additional sales. So you must know why it's important to go beyond the boss's budget and beyond paying your bills. You see, the more you connect personal goals that matter to you and those that you care about to sales performance, the more likely it is that you're going to do what it takes to move into that 13%. Now remember, 13% of salespeople are taking home 91% of the rewards and commissions above salary. And the primary reason they outperform is they know why they must achieve beyond the budget and the bills. As I like to point out, if you don't know, you won't grow. So every sales kickoff should start with salespeople reflecting on their personal motivation for sales growth beyond the budget. Now, once we've made that link, it's important to reflect on where the growth is most likely to come from. You see, a great tool for considering this is the Ansoff matrix, considering the 4 key sources of sales revenue. So source 1 is selling more of the same to existing customers. The salespeople should consider how much revenue is likely to be achieved simply by retaining existing customers. And if this is a large percentage of the desired annual revenue, then you know the amount of retention activity in your sales growth plan should reflect that. Source number 2 is all about meeting more of your current customers' needs. Now, as an example, if you're a mortgage broker that does not take care of your customers' personal loans, insurance, and equipment finance, this could represent a great opportunity for growth in both your customer relationships and your sales. Now, if this is a big opportunity, then spending time with existing customers, more depth in your needs analysis, and systematically engaging all your existing customers should be an important part of your growth strategy. Source 3 is all about new business prospecting. The research suggests that the average salesperson is only having 3 to 4 meaningful new prospect conversations per month and only bringing on 4 meaningful new customers a year. Now, those are scarily bad conversion rates, but this also suggests that most salespeople need to be prospecting more. Before you start blaming marketing, I want to remind you that if your why is big enough, you'll take personal responsibility for the number of prospective customers that you're actually speaking to each week or maybe even each day. So if this is where you need a big percentage of your sales growth to come from, then prospecting activity and a disciplined approach to getting it done needs to be a big part of your overall strategy. And look, just for completeness, source 4 of the Ansoff matrix of sales growth is selling new or non-core products and services to new customers. But unless you're about to release a new product into a completely new market, this is unlikely to be an important source of sales growth. Now, if it is, new business prospecting is going to be a major part of your growth strategy and you need to plan for it. So having determined where the growth required to achieve your goals will come from, it's time to do a little bit of thinking around what activity is most likely to enable you to achieve them as efficiently and effectively as possible. You see, there's a multitude of ways to retain and grow existing customers, and the same goes for securing new customers. But before you charge off into a frenzy of activity, it's just important to consider which of those is most likely to work best for you, your target market, and the solution that you sell. Now, I'll get the team to include a tool that will help you consider all the potential activities that you could be engaging in for each of the sources of growth that I've just discussed. So to wrap all of that up, the question you need to be considering, the first question to engage in the first of the 8 must-have kickoff conversations is, what are my goals and what's the most probable, controllable, and efficient way to achieve them? In the next vlog, we're going to consider conversation number 2, which is all about reflecting on the value to be delivered and achieved from paying more attention the customers that you've already helped. And remember, if you're doing a major kickoff and you need a little extra energy or help, just reach out to us at Better Sales Coach. Making sales coaching easier is what we're all about. So here's to a better sales life and a better sales kickoff for you and your people.